This is a demonstration of the user interface for Waverly Beach, which is an awesome bar and grill on Lake Winnebago near Appleton, Wisconsin. Um, we at Maverick worked on the music and video systems with our good friends at Suess Electronics, and the project had some really cool elements, so we thought we'd make a video about it. Typically, we do this sort of a video at the onset of a project just to make sure that everyone involved, whether it's the end user, the consultant, if we're working with an integrator, basically that everyone has the same understanding and expectation of how the system is going to work and what the interface is going to look like and things like that. So Waverly Beach, again, it's a bar and grill. Got a really cool lakeside patio with a tiki bar. They've got about 20 video monitors and several areas with music. There's also a banquet hall that they use for different events and kind of an overflow as well. And we're also controlling the lights at the Waverly Beach project. Just a quick note going in, we have found that there is an inverse relationship between how much a system can do and how easy it is to use. And so, based upon our experience with these types of systems, we tried to hit the sweet spot here on this one. So here's how it works. This is the splash page of the interface. We have a keypad here to prevent just anyone from walking up and start changing channels or doing something they're not supposed to do. We have a backdoor password that we always use here. And we typically follow the branding of what we're working with. So this is the Waverly logo. This is kind of what their website looks like. And as far as the flow of our interface, we try and make it. We always tell everyone like an ATM, so someone can just walk up to it and kind of press buttons and start using it. The first page that we come to here is the scenes and lighting page, and what this does, it does more than just lights on this page. These actually are one button presses to open the interior of the place and to close it at the end of the day. So hitting the open button turns on the TVs, sets the lights appropriately, sets the music, etc. We already have it on our test system here is on. The Tiki bar is also open. In here we have lighting presets, so these are only lighting. These do not impact the audio video at all. And we're not connected to a live system right here, so we don't have feedback on these buttons to let us know if there's anything happening. In addition to the presets, in case they want to adjust an individual area or the lights, we have that here, so they can go in, and if one area is too bright or needs a little more light, they can go in and dial that in here for the various different areas. So that's the lighting and the scenes. To control the monitors, what we did was we made a floor plan layout of the space. And so this is the main bar. The banquet hall has one TV in it, and the dining area just has one TV. So these TVs are actually over the bar, and at each of these locations here, there's a TV on either side. So that's why there's a 9 there and a 9 there. The staff knows the numbers of the monitors. And we set it up so they can quickly see what is on the various locations. So right now, a lot of the TVs have CBS and NBC. Tiki Bar has got NFL Direct Ticket, the NBA channel, and the NBC channel there. So the way this works is we've got 4 cable boxes and 4 DirecTV boxes. And the idea is you go into this is the controller page for those boxes. You go in here and you set for each box what channel it's on. So cable box 1 right now has CBS Sports. Cable 2 has NBC. Cable 3 has NBA. Let's say we want to change cable 3 to ESPN. We just click the ESPN button. Now that box is tuned into ESPN. And back here, we see that this is on that box. We could change any of these boxes. Let's pick a couple of the TVs over here. We'll go to TV 10. We're going to put that one on ESPN. A couple of the other ones around the bar. We'll move this one over there. Now, if we go back to the floor plan, we can see that those TVs are now on ESPN. So this is where the media control section is, where they pick the channel and then they send it out. Actually, they're not changing the channel here. They're actually picking which box is displayed on these monitors. If we do not have, a quick note, we do not have feedback, unfortunately, on the cable boxes or the DirecTV boxes to really know what channel they're on. We trust that if we tell it to go to a certain channel, so let's say cable 4 we're going to send to the golf channel. So in our programming logic, we just sent that channel number to the cable box. We trust that it went there, so we're displaying that icon. If a user were to press channel or guide, we know that it's going to get knocked off that channel. So what we do is we just put the cable box logo there, because we have no way to know exactly what channel that box is currently on. So we go back to the golf channel. There we go. And now we can see, I guess none of these TVs have that. We could route one. All these TVs have NBC, so we could go here. There's our golf channel right there. You notice that this TV has got a line through it. That's the TV that I just selected in case they don't remember the numbers, that we know that that's the TV that we had just selected. So that's really the video routing. The TVs all come on. If you select a box, TV comes on. And if we go back to the routing, we can also turn the TVs off one by one here. And of course, the scenes button will turn them all off if that's what they wanted to do with the scene, which typically it is. Audio routing is quite similar. And what we've found in doing, again, many of these types of projects is typically there is a single source throughout the whole place. Maybe the outside areas have a different source, but football Sunday, it's always the Packers. So what we have done is we created one kind of global routing over here. So if we pick NFL Sunday Ticket, and in each of the rooms we have global source. That means whatever the global source is, these rooms will all follow that selection. So if we change back to NBC, we can see that on cable 2, where these rooms have now switched to cable 2 as their source. So that's the room name, that's the source. This is the volume up and down, which apparently we've lost that because I'm using the DSP to record my nice audio for this video, but that would indicate the volume and the mute status there. Like with the monitors, we have an advanced routing page where we can go, if they did want to have the different areas have a different, listen to a different box, or one of their sources is a media player, which they use for background music. You could go in here and select that. That's also an option as the global source, so it's quick to route it to all the different zones there. So that really does it for the AV and the lights inside the main bar. The banquet hall is kind of its own entity. Again, a lot of times this is rented out separate from the bar and restaurant. And it's pretty basic. They've got speakers in there for music. We call it program audio. And they've got a couple mics in there. So if someone's giving a presentation or if there's a wedding and somebody wants to get up and talk, they can go through a mic and be heard throughout the space. So that's it. We're back to the splash page. This also times out and goes here, so the panel kind of gets locked out. I just wanted to click, for example, the close button. So we see when that's happening, calls up this page while everything is kind of shutting down and going through the steps, so that it kind of locks out the user from frantically pushing buttons and getting things out of sync, something that we typically do. We'll close the Tiki bar also. And again, this was actually driven that we don't just have one single close button, because that's the way the place runs, is they a lot of times have the interior and outside are separate from each other. But here we can see that the TVs have turned off in accordance with the off scene. So thanks for checking it out. And if you think it's cool, let us know. And thanks again.